joined me, and we are also joined by Forgiven from the Copenhagen Wolves, who had an immense game versus Millenium. Congratulations! Start off by telling us what the plan was going into Pix Advance.
We expected from Gambit to go on Fizz, and our team is very experienced lane swapping, so particularly against assassins like Fizz. And so we lane swapped against Gambit, trying to shut him down, but I think he shared experience in blue camp, and then he was like even ahead in levels than us, and we couldn't shut him down properly. And this resulted in giving our counter a bit of an not nice experience against him.
What about that lane swap? Because Coutard had a few problems in the bottom lane. Aranea was there 2 or 3 times over and over trying to keep him shut down. Was that a big problem in the early game? Is that why you started to fall behind?
It was particularly my fault, maybe, and our mid lane swap, because we let Coutard against a Fizz under leveled and under farmed, and so Coutard couldn't do much. Like, he did the best he could, I just believe. And can you repeat after the question?
Yeah, just the early game, is that why you fell behind initially? Because of that?
And particularly this resulted in us not having the dragon control we used to, at least in the first weeks of LCS, and then this resulted in being us behind in global content stuff. And so we were in a position that we could only retaliate. We couldn't make our game.
So how did you manage to pull it back in your favor?
Well, we tried actually to compete in team fights. Like we tried to make Millenium sort of making bad decisions, which like result in us taking, for example, 2-for-1 or 1-for-0 or things like this. And ultimately, this led to the Baron bars, which we actually managed to take. And then Kerp got caught again in mid lane. Like, we just tried to make Millenium do mistakes. That's all we had to do.
Let's talk about the length of the game, because both you guys and Millenium are somewhat notorious for long, drawn-out games. In fact, I have to congratulate you mid through this question. 658 CS, a new record. It's a lot of fun, man.
I like creeps.
You like creeps a lot. You were saying before the interview that stemmed from the lane swap and how easy it is to farm in that scenario, but what is it about closing out games that you struggle with?
The first thing, as example, for an AD carry, he has to do is just to put out maximum damage in a team fight while I don't have to die. And I tried to help my team taking positions like this, taking targets onto me, like making them commit to 1 versus 3 or 1 versus 4. And then we proceeded on to sieging the towers because we had the advantage from Baron buffs and stuff like this. Unlimited caught people many times. We have to give credit to his Leona, I think, at this game. And so this resulted in us making good fights. Not the best, but we tried. We are a team that tries, and I think we will improve as the season continues.
So while we're on the topic of AD carries, we've heard some other guys saying AD carries can't do anything. Now, with 658 CS, can you do anything with your AD carry in that scenario?
I don't think I can judge that. I think it's up to the people that saw the game today. But in general, AD carry in this meta is a position that actually relies much in the team. Like, it's more or sort of putting pressure on the map, being ahead and taking towers, objective stuff like this. It's not about like it was in Season 2 when you just picked Ezreal, you went 2-0 in the lane and then you stomped everyone.
So great result for you guys here today. Tomorrow you guys will be going up against Fnatic. Another one of those hyped carries in the beginning of the season was Reckless. How do you think you're going to match up against them?
We have scrimmed actually Fnatic was our main script partner some weeks before. We have played against them many times. I think if we have a 50-50 lane bot lane, we will win. But in general, if we play as a team, we can win a Fnatic. They are into a slump like 5 defeats or 4 in a row. We are a good team still, like, at least for me, they have my respect. I think they will manage to come back in general. They have to, actually. But we have to expect a good fight.
So coming up next, we have Roccat versus Gambit. Gambit are obviously with 4 completely different players, plus Edward, so they're not completely new for this week. But what do you think to Gambit right now, and how hard is it to play against a mixed team almost?
Gambit is actually a team that, even if we were the original 5 in this game, they don't care actually about much in the regular season. All that matters is what they do in the playoffs, as we always know, and particularly until extreme matches or things like this when we win as in teams. But in general, it will be actually strange for the Roccat to play against a team that they haven't played before, because it's only 1 people. Like, it's only Edward, I think, from the original team. So it will be strange. But if Roccat are prepared for this match, they will win. That's my prediction.
Okay. Finally, maybe I heard there was something you wanted to say to your fans.
Yeah, can I say something in Greek?
Go ahead.
Ευχαριστώ όλους τους Έλληνες που κάψαν και είδαν το game σήμερα. So.
Can you share with us what you said too?
Yeah, I thanked all the Greek people that actually stayed today late to see our games.
Hey, awesome. Congratulations once again, Forgiven. Great game from you. And now let's head back over to D-Man and QuickShot for our next match.